In Warframe, you play as an overpowered space ninja that has such powers as stomping the ground so hard you freeze time, summoning the dead, and turning into Tinkerbelle dual-wielding machine guns. Your weapons feature such war crimes as lightsabers, radiation-throwing flamethrowers, and a gun that really likes getting headshots. I mean, it's like sentient. It likes it. It really enjoys it. So I wanted to know if you could beat Warframe with none of those. Can you beat Warframe as a regular soldier? The idea behind this video is taking a Warframe that only has health, no energy shields, reducing their health, and just arming them with a basic weapon, the AX-52, which is pretty much an AK-47. And also, not using any of those cool Warframe powers. As you can see here, I've got the AX-52 with absolutely no mods, and I kind of wanted to give the soldier a melee weapon, because, they use combat knives, but Warframe daggers are really powerful, so I just settled with the weakest melee weapon that I could find. I also wanted to give this person a sidearm, but a lot of the pistols are incredibly powerful. And I'm using Nidus with kind of a camouflage vibe here to fit the regular soldier type vibe. And there we go, give him a cool tactical type animation and looking real good. My main goal here is to go to Earth, go through the first missions that you have, and first goal is to get off of Earth, and secondary goal is to see if I can liberate all of Earth, take over all of these spots here. So the first mission is E Prime, which is an exterminate mission. It should be relatively easy. And I drop into the mission and immediately realize that I forgot the bleeding dragon key, the thing that I would use to reduce my health significantly. Otherwise, the amount of health that I have would just be too much to accurately represent a regular soldier. And I drop in again, this time immediately going tactical, going for stealth, doing the sneaky type movement, and then I get bored of that and just go towards the next enemy, the indicator there. I think it goes pretty well. I'm able to find the first enemy over there and take them out pretty unawares. Some good shots right there. I go slow, methodical, line up my shots, double tap takes them out, pie the corner, textbook CQB move, another double tap, 2 double taps, I take that Grenier out. Then cool tactical reload. Note that the AX-52 has the Soviet-style reload, and also note right here, I forgot to remove my companion, which deals more damage than I do with my gun, so I got to start over again. And this time I'm going really tactical. I'm using cover and concealment. It's going great. However, unfortunately, around this time, I notice that when I take damage, I regenerate, because that's just how Nidus works. So I take him out and go to Kalervo, who I really like. I kind of call him like my main 1, 2, or 3. He's a great Warframe. And going through this first mission again, I'm pretty depressed by now, but I am pretty tactical, going while aiming, reloading on the move, and taking out enemies. I'm a little bit more reckless now than I was the first time I started playing, but I'm still using cover. I think that's going pretty well, and most of all, not regenerating. So I think this is the build that I'm gonna do. I do some cool tactical moves like using cover, but overall Warframe isn't designed for this type of thing. It's no, like, Gears of War. It's not as intuitive as something with it actually programmed. And I enjoy running and gunning, shooting this guy while on the move, and I get kind of worried about these Kubrau because they're fast, but they do come in handy in later missions, so keep an eye out for that. I'm able to just relatively easily beat this mission. And I am refraining from using melee too much, but sometimes it's really fun to get assassinations. And there we have it. I am able to take out a few more enemies and then beat the first mission of Warframe with a gun that's stronger than the first gun that you get and a Warframe that's better. And on to the next mission, another exterminate with slightly higher enemies. Now, I'll be honest, I really thought about skipping this one because, I pretty much just did it. I'm pretty sure we all know that I can do this sort of thing, but I decided to go back and do the boring thing because what would Mitten Squad would have done? Mitten Squad always did the boring stuff in his videos, so I'm gonna do that too. Although I feel like I don't really need to show you that, because that'd be boring. But what I will note on this mission, I realized that attrition will be the biggest thing. My gun has no issue taking down these enemies, but going from the beginning to end of just this simple extermination mission, I did not have that much health left. I had about half of my health remaining. Staying alive is going to be the most difficult thing of this run. And the next mission for my Colervo super soldier, who's not actually a super soldier, just a regular soldier, was a capture mission. And something that I did not mention at first is I'm not using any of the cool Warframe parkour moves. I just need to, walk and run and no double jumping. I'm not really sure what was going on here. I think I was making sure I didn't regenerate. So, yeah, took a little bit of damage that I didn't need to. Just making sure, and still doing some stealth kills. Not always, though. I enjoyed this part where I'm taking out that Grenier, and then this other one just pretty much comes up right in my line of fire. That was nice. But I am noticing that there are enemies coming from multiple sides. When I shoot this one, there's somebody else shooting me from a different angle, so I have to carefully reload, and it's getting a little bit tricky to, keep fire going at the right place. And this is the capture target who put a lot of bullets into me because he needed a lot of bullets. And I also couldn't just stand there and capture the target like, you regularly do in a Warframe mission because you have your shields, but I did not want to get shot at a lot while I was doing that. And this was more of the annoying part. I had 400 plus meters to go while trying to not get shot. And I can't just exactly engage everybody because then that would be a really long firefight. So I kind of had to just run past some people. I don't think I quite realize that yet. I'm still trying to engage everybody. Oh, it was when I realized that there were people shooting at me from behind me that I realized that continuing movement would be the best bet for this type of run. Oh, and it was this mission where I had my first Eximus, the flame people. These have elemental attacks which hurt you in significant ways, and they have significantly more health and shields than regular troops. But, my weapon's still pretty overpowered for this level of play. And I probably shouldn't have done that hang glide shooty thing. And again, I should just leave. You'll notice that my health went up because I got a health orb, I think from that Eximus, and I kind of thought that I would want to try and avoid those during this type of run, but that kind of is hit or miss. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. And then I beat this mission. Yeah, right there, just for proof, just so that way you can see it. And now I have to decide which path I want to go. Do I want to try and get off Earth through the Venus Junction or the Mars Junction? The Venus one involves a spy mission, so I wasn't quite sure if I could do that without all the parkour moves. The Mars one involves a mobile defense, which I thought would be kind of difficult, so I just went with the regular defense. This went pretty well. I'm able to kind of maneuver around. There's really good cover in this area, and I can take down enemies before they really get too close. And the cryopod here draws some aggro, so people aren't constantly shooting me. And this early in the game, the waves are relatively low number. There aren't too many soldiers. The thing drawing aggro was really helpful. I was able to clear wave number 1 with hardly taking a scratch. Wave number 2, I focused on getting enemies before they even got really close. I do use the minimap for this, but I don't really think that that's cheating. and I can't really take it down, so it's kind of hard not to. Luckily, the enemies don't really seem to care too much about me. I take a few hits, but it's, again, not much. Probably shouldn't have stood right in front of that guy, though. And wave number 2, done. Cool tactical reload at the end. Past the midpoint at wave 3, and they're definitely coming in higher numbers, and they seem to not like me as much. They're shooting at me a lot more, but I'm still able to take them down. And I do a victory jump, and a regular soldier probably couldn't jump that high, so, I mean, I can't really do anything to change that. I still try and take down the enemies before they get to me, but some land a few shots, and that is difficult to do. I do a few cool tactical clearing of these hallways, and realize that the spot up here is a pretty good spot to hit everybody. So I stay up here behind cover for a decent amount, at least on this walkway, as I'm able to. Although then I go down. Decided to just run around like Rambo a bit more instead of using that actual cover, and that wasn't good, because at the end of this fourth wave, I'm at 140 health. Again, the attrition thing was what was biting me, but still managed to beat it with 130 health left. And I did not go for another round of that, because mission complete, all done, don't need to do that anymore. And here I was feeling pretty good, so I got an accessory, kind of a chess piece, make it look like a plate carrier type of deal. Did some fashion frame for that, wasn't really sure. You let me know how it turned out. Up next was this spy mission, and I was doing some regular playing in between the last clip and this one, so I was on Steel Path and stuff, but I managed to move back. That was completely easy. However, the issue was I had forgotten to put the Bleeding Dragon key back on, so my health was significantly higher than it would have been before. Although I did have about 300 health before, and watching this entire clip, it does not get below 900, so I didn't lose enough health to stop. And I was keeping track of that while playing. If I got too low, I would have stopped. I also realized that I was not going to be able to use any ciphers, which was fine right here, but on this spy infiltration mission, it was it was a little weird because like this sort of gap, a regular soldier wouldn't have been able to cover on their own. So not exactly fully in line with the spirit of the thing. And, a regular soldier would not just walk over super hot water. But for this first vault for the spy mission, I'm able to get in damaged and get the treasure pretty darn quickly. Just open all those ciphers. And as you might know, if you play Warframe, this early on, you only need one success in one of these vaults to actually be able to beat the game. So technically, I could just go into the other ones and fail, although I didn't do that. For the next one, I was pretty worried, thinking that I'd have to actually parkour to beat it, but shooting all of these things around here made that not need to happen. It moved a ramp over there, and that jump, probably not something a regular soldier could do. And this jump right here, well, that's not a jump. Never mind. I was thinking about something else. I'm not gonna go back and re-record. 2 seconds later, it's this jump that I was thinking about. I was pretty sure I wouldn't be able to get it, and it initiated the timer to, erase the data. So, like, the stealth part of the mission is over. I had to hurry. So I was running back. There were these little ball guys there. They're pretty darn annoying. Decided to circumvent that and jump over the railing. I don't know if a regular person can do that. Try again, even though I was pretty sure it wouldn't work. That did not extend another rail, and I got over that time. That I thought that this would stop the alarm, but it didn't. Literally a waste of time. Got up here, was able to open this vault. I think I had some pause because I couldn't remember if I was using the cipher or not. And time ticking down. Got that. Nope, failed. Failed just barely. But like I said, you only need one successful thing to win. You only need one successful thing, that's it. And so at the next vault, I decided to use this tightrope thing, which I think a regular soldier couldn't do. So technically, I wouldn't be able to beat this one, but my footage got corrupted anyway. So I did beat it, but doesn't really matter because only need one. So to succeed at my mission to get off Earth, I needed to beat this relay, the hyperspace station, whatever. And that meant fighting Volt, fighting another Warframe. And I was really scared through all of this because anything close to a player-controlled Volt would absolutely annihilate me. And right up here, he put up the shield. I had to test a few times because it's been a while since I played Volt. I wasn't sure if it actually blocks bullets, but yeah, it does. And that was pretty annoying. That was pretty rough without powers. But headshots worked. Enough headshots worked. So I beat Volt. I was able to technically get off of Earth and succeed at my mission. But I did not leave because I'm not a coward. I went to this next mobile defense mission in order to liberate all of Earth, and able to clear all of these points and, save humanity as a regular soldier. And this was going to be annoying because you have to carry the data mass, the kind of computer thing that you plug into different computers throughout the mission. And usually you have a sidearm that you can use with that, but I did not have that. I needed to essentially unsling my gun, go back, and pick up the data mass every time I had to shoot something, which was very frustrating. And any false alarms have to go back and grab it. And this was made more difficult by my controller messing up. The left stick that moves you forward and stuff was been starting to drift. I let go of it and I'm still moving forward. That whole annoying thing. I need to get a new one, but I was able to take out a few soldiers here and there and again decided to keep running. Right now, I was really scared because of these Kubrau, and because my controller was messing up, I dropped the data mass, which was frustrating, again, making it even more difficult, losing health. And yeah, as you can see, not exactly fun. And while I do shoot some of those Kubrau, I decide to leave them be because they're drawing aggro for me. They're taking down those enemy Grineer. So they're relatively helpful, even though I shoot a few. I mean, the Kubrau seem to be more after them than after me. And yeah, here's another Eximus. That really hurt. That was a lot of fire damage, and as you can see, fire damage is continuous. It damages you over time. But luckily, Eximus drop health orbs, so I was able to replenish some of that. And unlike the regular defense missions, these types of things don't have as much cover, and you've got people coming from a ton of angles. So I couldn't really just sit by and snipe people from the side while, the timer was ticking down. So, not exactly fun. Really fast paced and frustrating. But that data mass dropped, so I was able to pick it up eventually and move back to the next point. And this next point really sucked because there's, again, even less defensive area to go. I was pretty much going from one side to the other side shooting me, health going lower and lower. There's a sniper over there aiming at me, and I can't really see them because I can't exactly take time to aim. It was really frustrating, really fast paced. And this butcher just comes around the corner trying to take me out. That pushes me into the sniper, which I'm able to take out, thankfully. But then I notice the Eximus over here, and I get hit by the wave of fire. And I am not able to beat Warframe as a regular soldier. I'm able to get off of Earth, but not rebel against the Grineer. I was not able to survive. And I honestly can't see the regular soldier concept getting terribly far. Some other ideas that I have is maybe actually using Nidus and be a regenerating soldier, like a basic Call of Duty type soldier, or even using some build where I'm Master Chief, have some shields, more health and armor, and probably a stronger weapon. That could be good too. Or maybe play as a space marine, find some explosive weapon, bunch of armor. I don't know. What do you want to see next? If you liked the video, leave a like. That'd be appreciated. I should also get a new controller.